car noises. There's no one doing nothing.
Alright guys, today I'm going to be replacing this really nice Boss head unit. As you can see, it's immaculate. There's no problems with it. No, this is honestly the worst head unit I've ever bought. I wouldn't recommend anybody buy it, but I guess it's up to you and your budget. Go ahead and start it real quick, or just turn the accessory on so you can see what's going on with it. It's pretty useless. So what we're gonna do is, I've got everything I need, or everything I should need here to put this Pioneer unit in. So I bought this off Crutchfield. Comes with everything that I should need. Another install kit, a ready harness, so it's just plug and play. It's really, really simple. So the only tools we're gonna need, regardless of what anyone else says, Phillips head screwdriver, and I only need these because I'm gonna be putting taps in the back of it so my amp gets power. So I've also got this. It's a stubby one. There's two Phillips head screws down here, and then there's one behind the clock. So we'll start with that. It's pretty straightforward. Just unplug everything, and then take this screwdriver. It's nice if you can get one with a magnetic end. That way you don't have to worry about dropping the screws. So I'm fairly certain that the head unit's missing screws where it mounts. Don't mind the mess in the car. It looks like I live out of it right now, but I'm just bringing parts over to the garage, and I have a bag so that I can stay at my girlfriend's. Alright, once those are out, this just pops out. It's super straightforward. A couple of clips on the back of the climate control. That's out. Alright, now there's supposed to be 4 Phillips head screws. This only has 3, but yeah, it's not too bad. Get these out. Now with all those out, head unit just pulls right out. So there's a bunch of plugs on the back of this thing. All sorts of stuff. These go to my amp. Unplug the taps for my power to my amp. Unplug the antenna cable. And finally, just unplug the head unit. I've also got my speedometer plugged into the USB. And there should be another USB connection in here. It goes, yep, that's a car charger. And what else do we got? We got something else hanging up. The mic. Anything else? Should be all. Huh. Well, I'm gonna figure that out and I'll be back. All right, so this was just shoved back in there. These go to the parking brake and the reverse for if I had the backup camera installed, and that way I could run videos with the parking brake up, but I didn't have that, so these were just dropped back in there. So next thing we're gonna do is open this thing up. It's the first I'm getting to see it. Comes with a whole bunch of connectors, rear view camera, steering wheel controls, which I don't have, Sirius XM tuner, different monitors and outputs, screws, sweet remote, which is now ripped out, another mic, which I'm just going to use the old one, and this USB output, which I bought a splitter for it. Here's the head unit. It's pretty stout. Everything plugs into the back of it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get some things plugged into this and then. All right, so I said I was gonna reuse the old one. I lied. I just put the new kit on. So now it should be as simple as just plugging everything back in and figuring some of these out. I forgot to plug this in. All right, so this is sub out. Good thing is I don't know which is which. So I guess I'm gonna plug them in and see what happens. See what does what. So before I install everything finally, I'm just gonna kind of half-ass plug it all in and see how it goes. This plugs into this plug, plug into that. This with my adapters will plug into two of these. I think this USB-C and where's the USB at? There was one in here. Ah, there it is. key on and see what happens. All right, I heard the sub power on. We're gonna plug the antenna in, see if we can get anything. All right, so I just tested it out and made sure everything works. So everything's plugged in. What we're gonna do is just get all the shit out of the way, push it back in there. Jesus Christ. Probably don't need 18 feet of cables for this thing, but it's what we're working with. So get it all out of the way. Not a fire hazard or anything. Now that all that's out, what I'm gonna do is just make sure everything that gets plugged in is the rest of the car is easily accessible. Line everything up. Take these screws, the screwdriver. What we're gonna do is just start one. Start that one. And I guess the best thing to do would be this bottom right. And just kind of draw everything in. I'll put the last one in once everything is tight. Like I said, there's supposed to be 4, but I've only got 3 because I must have lost one. The last head unit I put in, but it's all right. 3 does the job just fine. All right, with that in, next step is to bring this unit out. Plug all the climate control stuff back in. Now, one thing to watch out for is make sure all the clock stuff is in the spot where it'll come through. Kind of line everything up. Pull that stuff out, push it in down here. And just like that, we're all but done. Put the last screw in up here for behind the clock. I know it's got a magnetic tip, but I still don't trust it. And then these last 2 screws in. And just like that, once we plug the clock back in, good to go. Finished installation. It's really not that complicated. It would have been even quicker if I didn't have this sub already set up in the car, but go through Crutchfield, you can get a harness wired up, ready to plug and play. It takes no skill, no audio knowledge, no wiring knowledge. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just did this and I'm confident that it won't have any issues.